Defiance is so hated, but you'll die on the hill that the camera is the only thing holding it back.
I don't know
That's
why.
the one I hear a lot of people shit on.
I don't see how Defiance is hated when friggin' Blood Omen 2 is so much worse.
The Servant of Mars agrees.
Yeah, Blood Omen 2 is so freaking awful. Oh, by the way, cutscene time.
You're a ragged excuse for a savior. Vorador. I see my reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope? I've been watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold. Strange that your arrival coincides with the corruption of the Pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or the answer to them?
I don't know what you mean.
I will speak plainly then. I distrust your origins, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I
Hey,
make
you and
of
everybody
your
else, Chief.
appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the Pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing heralded the Pillars' decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the Pillars' destruction or their salvation?
Neither.
And what happens when the coin
Very
lands on the
well.
side?
Let us look at the other side of the coin. I have followed your journey and watched as you blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years. The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you?
I have been many things. If you find me ignorant, enlighten me.
What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it.
I would expect better than meek capitulation from you.
Centuries of persecution have taught me well. 500 years ago, our race was nearly exterminated by the fanatical crusades of the Seraphan. And now the same sick drama unfolds again. In merely a decade, Mobius's cutthroat citizen army has nearly accomplished what the Seraphan could not. Vampires meddling in the affairs of men. Look where it's brought us.
What am I to make of these secrets I've uncovered, then? The depictions of the winged race, the Pillars, and the Reaver.
Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies. But you see, even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. Janos Audron, the Reaver Guardian, the last of the ancients, and my maker, was murdered by the Seraphan nearly 5 centuries ago. He alone would have the answers you seek, but his secrets died with him. I don't know how you've come even this far without his guidance, or without the Reaver, stolen these 500 years ago by the Seraphan. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
I had no less reason to trust Vorador than anyone else I had met. In fact, the ancient vampire was the most forthright being I had encountered thus far. If Janos Audron was the key to all this, then I would find him, and Mobius's time-streaming device would provide me passage. But first, I had to find a way back into the stronghold, and I suspected I would find the means within the lake's mysterious shrine.
Excuse me a
It's
second. Excuse me a
yeah,
second.
no, you go. Yeah.
Hey, Hashimashima.
Yeah.
Is it just me or does Vorador basically have the same head shape as Heihachi Mashima? Oh dear.
You know, it's the spiritual crankiness. You know, he's got the old man energy with the vampire body. It's just how it goes.
Okay, you heard him, Vorador. Throw Dan off a cliff.
I like Vorador. I like Vorador. Like they talk about, like he's like, oh, he was so degenerate and decadent and vicious and all that. But he actually is like probably the most level-headed dude we've seen like this entire time.
Yep. Yeah, well,
it's the Dr. Wily effect. You know, if you're into bats, your hair just eventually does that. By the way, I don't know if you are or not, but Servant of Mars, if you want to follow Zero, we're trying to get him to 100 because then we can force him to play Metroid Other M.
Yep, that's right. No. This is this being emulated at native res? No, I am playing the actual console. I'm playing this on PS2. I have the original game.
Thank you, Servant. We're one step closer to...
Kit said, the baby.
The baby. Raziel making chocolate pudding at 4 a.m. Oh dear.
Yeah, Zero doesn't have a capture card, so he's kind of botched together a solution. That's why it looks kind of dark. He's cranked up the brightness for the stream, but yeah, it's a little bit dodgy.
Yeah, this one's kind of MacGyvered together, but it's working. Yeah, I like playing on native hardware whenever possible.
Yeah.
Taste my vampire blade. Wait, what?
Freaking. The only way to say that if you're a succubus going to talking to Blade.
I heard they canceled the Blade movie that was in the works.
Yeah, seems so.
That sucks. Yeah, no, emulation, I mean, I'm not shitting on emulation by any means. I just, I do think when it's accessible, I like to do it on the hardware, but, like, there's some cool stuff you do with emulation. Like, I ended up playing Silent Hill 1 for my stream on an emulator, and I was able to use, Vulkan upscaling and, like, a bunch of texture smoothing and stuff, so I could have a really nice, like, that rippling kind of effect when you'd spin around was gone. So yeah, there's some cool stuff you can do. It's also cool that you can do multiplayer on a lot of emulators now too. Like you can, like my buddy is working on getting Mortal Kombat Trilogy working multiplayer.
Oh, nice.
I love Mortal Kombat Trilogy, but it's very temperamental. It doesn't even work on a PS2 very well. That's how temperamental it is to emulate. Yeah, the perspective correction. Yeah, there's There's also some tricks you can do if you want to get AI involved in terms of like your rendering. I don't use it for everything, but the wobble was particularly bad in Silent Hill 1. It was also nice that it sharpened the textures, because that made determining some things a little easier. Yeah, I try not to modify it so that it, like... I try to keep it similar to the original experience, but, like, if I need enhancements in some areas, I'll go for it. Like, here's my biggest weakness. I am so bad at navigating in games. I get lost like nobody's business. So I need literally all the help I can get to tell my environment.
Good job, made it back. Now I have to swim again.
Vampire of the depth.
On my regular screen, I really cannot see anything. I have to look at my streaming screen in order to see it. I think I could probably get away with using a I think it was a splitter cable with a capture card.
Yeah, that'd be good, because I bet if you're doing it this way, there's like a slight delay, huh?
Yeah, there is like a quarter-second delay, and in platforming games, that is inexcusable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be... Yeah, that's bad. I was having a really obnoxious delay with my capture card. I configured something wrong, and I was playing Final Fantasy VIII, and the audio cue I used to pull the trigger when Squall's gunblade gets there was just off just enough that it was starting to really tick me off.
Oof.
But it turns out I had misconfigured it, so it was kind of on me. Well, in so much as that nothing's my fault, and I will have yet to find a suitable scapegoat, but... yes, I'm actually currently playing the remake of Silent Hill 2, and then I've gotten 3 to work on my PC, but it took some fiddling. But I'm going to be doing that, and then a buddy of mine really loves 4, and so I'm waiting for him to be free to have a clear schedule so we can do 4. 3 is very temperamental on a technical level for sure. It's good though.
Yeah, I really enjoyed 4 as well. It didn't deserve a lot of the hate it got.
I think it's got a lot of drawbacks, like mechanically, but I actually did OG2 a year ago. Got it on my my YouTube archives. It was actually one of the first games I ever streamed, thanks to this stupid jacketed dragon in a hat convincing me that I should try streaming, and now it's really fun. Now I do it too.
Oh, right, that's one of his fucking eyeballs.
You highly recommend watching Max Dra- Yes, I love that channel. That's one of my favorite channels about Silent Hill. I love that. Yeah, his videos are fantastic. They're just very, like, insightful and well thought out. And, like, I always learn something I just didn't know about it, or, like, think about it in a way I hadn't before every time he releases a video.
Wayward child returns.
Ooh.
Having unearthed more than you'd like, I suspect. What am I to make of these ruins that litter the land, and these images here in this chamber?
Merely the deceits of a failed civilization. You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate the future with these scrawled misdirections. You must tread carefully. There are dark forces at work in this world, bent on subverting your true destiny.
I have no doubt of that. The question is, am I in their presence right now?
Yes.
Your arrogance will spell your demise, Raziel. Deny my will, and the arc of your destiny will reach a sudden conclusion.
Your threats are unmoving. Even now, I'm beyond your reach.
My reach is longer than you realize.
Yeah, dude, he's got like
This is a
12
very
arms. Be
dangerous
careful.
game you're playing.
Got a lot of
Raziel.
reach. Interesting. Yeah, the thing, I feel like that we're in like a, like everyone's pointing, saying, Raziel, they're misleading you and manipulating you, and they're like in a Mexican standoff, but everyone's pointing at each other as the one manipulating him.
Yep.
The Spider-Man meme, yeah.
Very Spider-Man meme. Oh, someone seriously needs to make a Spider-Man meme.
Yes, that would be, yeah, that would be great. I need to doodle that. I'll do that for my previously on sketch if I manage to be able to have the time to do one. I got to do that for sure.
Let's see if I can remember the way.
I can't embed it in chat just because Zero's locked down URLs, but I did do a for the Soul Reaver 1, I did a drawing of Raziel hanging out with Shang Tsung and Dwarf in a Flask from Full Metal Alchemist with a banner saying Soul Suckers Anonymous. And he's looking all sad and they're just kind of comforting him.
Oh, if you're able to put that up on Steam, in voice text, I can download it and put it on stream.
Oh yeah, I can do that. It's just like my dumb little Gardic style, so it's not like a quality drawing, but it's a dumb. I do this dumb little like doodle style that I learned when I was learning to play Gardic phone, and I needed to draw faster, and so sometimes I'll do really dumb. I did the entirety plot breakdown of Silent Hill 2 with the dumbest slides I've ever made in my entire life.
They were great.
I had fun with it though, I really. There you go. Tis in voice text.
Okay, give me a quick second to obtain it.
If you ever want to see my stuff, by the way, I've got a lot of my stuff archived on YouTube and Twitch with Team Snowdog, and Zero's on it, but we go on each other's stuff a lot. So if you want to see any of our old backlogs, we've done a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Good year.
Let's go to image. Okay. Browse. Downloads. Open.
It
It
so
is.
dumb. Too big. There we go.
There you go. Soul Suckers Anonymous.
It's just good he has support, you know? It's a rough gig thing to land in.
Yeah.
Good to have it. It's good he has bros. Yeah, Shang Tsung's just like there.
There. I had to look for this. I had to work for this meathead of a fucking emperor, of a Khan who only ended up killing me because I failed him twice.
Dude, they would have that in common. They're both like, both of them were like, our dads suck. They just it says Soul Suckers Anonymous, but it ends up being about daddy issues.
Yeah, Soul Sucking Daddy Issues Anonymous. Flip that. Anytime we all find something funny, you're all free to clip whatever. I don't mind. Oh, we're at the pillars. These pillars look amazing.
Yeah.
There's one.
It actually reminds me of mythology about the firmament being held up by pillars that are like the structure of the world.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that might be part of where they took some inspiration there. And suddenly you're in the first level of Halo once you crash. I can't figure. I'm gonna need to. I think I'm gonna need to go on a. I'm gonna look for support forums. I cannot, for the life of me, get this to compile correctly. Might have to give up on that for now. Ugh. I think my least favorite days as a software engineer are the ones where you don't even get to code, you're just trying to get things to even turn on correctly, like in terms of dependencies and libraries.
Yeah.
Like, I literally haven't written a line of code today. Not a one. Yeah. There's like two extremes to this job that I always like, where it's like, nothing works, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yet.
This is the worst. And then the other days where you're like, I am the god of computers, bow before my might.
There was a lot of stuff that I did end up learning in all my training and stuff. One of the things is the power of yet.
Oh, yeah?
Is in like, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I can't blow up this planet yet.
I once joked to my boss at the last company I worked at. Yeah, it is. I once joked to my boss that I said, I think I can make this work, but you definitely might want to hire someone more competent at this if we're going to be doing it long term. And he goes, oh, dude, if I was going to hire somebody competent, we wouldn't have even met. He was a good boss though, because jokes aside, he was really encouraging, and he's the one that I was having trouble deciding on things to specialize during my internship, and he's the one that kind of helped me land on the fact that I'm a decent jack of all trades, where he's like, you don't have to, you're good at learning things quickly, even if you don't know all the nuances. Like, I can throw an API or something at you, and usually within a day you'll be able to kick out, hey, this is what we can do with that. And so he's the one that helped me kind of find that aspect that, like, yeah, I'm decent at learning new things and fitting pieces together. And that's kind of what became my career path. I like learning stuff, so like when I find something I don't know, there is like a slight frustration factor, but mostly it's just like ooh, look what I get to do now. I get to.
There's one.
That's what screwed you over. Do you work in tech? Well, you're of course you're a tech priest. That's a redundant question, isn't it? Cease querying my career with your babbling flesh lips. Yeah, there's always something you can learn. There's like a million things to specialize in or work with, and yeah, definitely. That's how I ended up being, that's why I landed on full stack, because it's like, I'm not like the biggest front end specialist or back end specialist, but like if you need somebody to throw a project together, to structure it, or to get pieces to work together, I'm definitely solid at that.
Hey,
Yeah, that's the thing. When you're applying for the job, a lot of times you have to like lean into what they need, and yeah, that can be a whole pain in the butt.
and
Full stack, though, I've found is really flexible in terms of what they'll hire you. Like I was, there's a job I'm going to be looking at that a recruiter is pushing me towards if I can get my health issues reined in. And the main thing they're doing is they're adding on JavaScript, like an Angular front end to like a lot of their older Apache driven sites.
Oh, whoops! I should probably deactivate that now.
Because they don't want to switch to like full JavaScript. They don't want to switch to like full JavaScript architecture. They just want like a reactive front end. Dude, who'd have thought we'd have JavaScript where they'd be like, yeah, you can do everything in JavaScript. You can do the front end in JavaScript. You can do the back end in JavaScript. JavaScript can do your taxes while juggling chainsaws.
Yay! Finally, a section I can actually see my screen.
Yay!
Hooray.
Let there be light for Raziel.
These murals left no room for doubt. These winged creatures were indeed the architects of the pillars. And while the images were difficult to decipher, the pillars appeared to banish or diminish their enemies somehow.
Diminished, huh? Yeah, JavaScript is... There's a joke I liked about JavaScript where someone's like, oh, seriously, the main language you use is JavaScript? And someone's like, hey, let's get something straight. JavaScript is not a language, and it's some other monstrous construction, and the full ramification of its damage on mankind isn't even known yet. So don't give me that. Oh, you learn Node? Yeah, Node. I like Node. Don't get me wrong. It's the easiest way to spin up a server in like a blink of an eye. Like Node and Express is seriously. It's also really good with like concurrence. But that doesn't mean it's not without issues. For one thing, it's loosely typed, and doesn't have like type hinting built in. Like that's one thing Python does have, is at least it has type hinting. The other problem with JavaScript is the way it's doing things it was never meant to. So like the way it does objects is literally unique to any other language, because you use like prototypes, and like depending on the way you call the function, the context is of like what the this keyword points to is completely different. It's a mess. It's an easy language in theory, but, you know.
And now we've entered the Light Shrine.
Oh, so you're gonna turn the Soul Reaver into a lightsaber.
Yes.
Oh, well, I wish you luck in your interview. Oh yeah, async functions are definitely confusing. Like async await is definitely a good way to do promises compared to the old way. But it takes some getting used to. But it is one reason people like JavaScript on the back end, because it is a lot easier to do things like concurrence. Like, you know, if you've got something with a lot of high traffic, the fact that you can make everything promise based is really nice. Because you never know with the internet. A request could crap out for any number of reasons, right?
Oh yeah, and it does show a thing where if you try to use a element that is not concurrent, then it will be then it will repel you.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm trying to update my portfolio and resume because I've been out of work and just doing little bits of contracting. Because my health has been really poor. I'm trying to learn to live with a pretty rough autoimmune condition that goes up and down. But I would like to get my stuff together because I definitely have aspirations. Although I'm also learning to make indie games on the side because there's a dude hiring me to help with their APIs, and I'm using it as an excuse to learn the game engine overall. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry you're out of work. Yeah, that sucks especially when like it's such an in-demand job. Yeah, I think everyone. Tourmaline's from Australia, but the rest of us are from the States. Sorry, we hijacked your stream and turned it into the nerd stream.
I don't mind. Time to be all nerdy and nerdy. Nerdy.
As I head into the chamber, I noticed it was covered with the same hieroglyphics, and yet I did not know the difference between const, var, and let. Yet it was repeated over and over again. Mysteries deepening upon mysteries.
Oh dear. What is the symbols of sine and cosine? What are these ancient runes?
Oh, you're from Egypt? That's awesome. I know there's a lot of software stuff that gets outsourced from other companies to Egypt. I know that's one locale that does get a decent amount of overseas work. Oh, not as awesome as it sounds. I'm really interested in like I'm blinded by the mythology. I don't actually know what modern life there is like. I'm just like the romance of Egyptian history, gets me. My first thing is like, yo, do you party with Anubis on the weekends? Is Bastard hot if he looks in the drawings?
Thanks for the free soul, but yeah, that just basically tells you that if you try to go there without disabling the security system, you'll instantly die.
Oh dear. It really pisses people off that you never bothered to visit the pyramids. Well, I live in Utah and I don't ski really, so some people just same way. Yeah, I've never worked with an Egyptian team of devs, but I've worked with a Malaysian team at one point, and I think a Filipino team at one point. Cozy vibes, horrible military dictatorship that's legit ruining everything. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I must admit. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I used to work with a guy from Alexandria, but he left back in the 90s.
Yeah, I admit to a lot of ignorance about that region. My education in terms of like history and like global affairs was not amazing. So I try to learn a little on my own, but I have to own up to my ignorance in places. I do know things like the Arab Spring and Mubarak and everything shook everything up over there. But I don't know what the day-to-day life is like, but I'm hoping for the best for you. You're in a good career position, at least sounds like, so fingers crossed. That makes sense, to talk with people, learn about the region and history. That definitely is get a more on the ground perspective. That makes a lot of sense. It's when I toured Europe when I was younger, it was kind of the same where like I had some Italian guys at the hotel who were like helping me learn Italian and speak better, and somehow being immersed in it is definitely way more enlightening than just reading about it. I miss Venice. Venice is my favorite place on the whole planet I've ever been to.
I see. I have to have a thing for the side. I think a better thing for me to push this over here.
Yeah, I agree, sir. The internet does have its downsides, but I love, like, for example, like Tourmaline here, we can play video games and I can talk with somebody on the literal opposite side of the world anytime, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
that's great.
and just connect person to person, you know? I think people are less different than it seems. Like, if people like just hang out and connect, it's often a lot. There's often a lot of times where it's like, oh yeah, it's just people, just, you know. It's like, oh yeah, we have something kind of similar in our neck of the woods, or oh, that's different. What's that like? And then you can just kind of go from there. That's why I like working in tech, though. Is I like trying to find the way it can improve lives, you know? I did learn something interesting in Europe. Apparently, talking to strangers is considered kind of strange. Like in the US, you just do that all the time, right? Like you'll talk to your cashier or the bus driver just at random, right? So there's funny little cultural differences like that. So like you could talk, like I'd strike up conversations and they'd be friendly, but you could tell that was like not their norm for them. So definitely interesting to learn that sort of those quirks and differences. Like especially in England, like you would get looked at if you like tried to start up a conversation. They'd be people you could tell were like looking for the mental eject button sometimes.
Dude's just freaking ducking.
No, don't soul reave me. Oh, you're kind of in between. Interesting. I'm a pretty social person, so I guess that's just sort of the default for me. Oh, you should talk to Dan then. Dan likes Simpson JoJo.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not caught up. I'm actually fairly behind on JoJo. Dan's been activated. I think I'm gonna order dinner. I've got I found a coupon. Or a gift card rather. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go order dinner.
And I'm trying to think of a plan for dinner myself, but I still have about another. All the sucking into the Bel Air. The Vorador in question. Yep. Go. Yeah, considering that a majority of JoJo Park 3 is either traveling to or takes place in Egypt, wouldn't be all that surprising if there would be people over there all doing JoJo stuff. I still have to imbue my Reaver real quick before I could do any of the puzzles. There we go. I finally got the Dark Reaver stuff. Now I can move forward. I'm gonna punch these skelly boys with my hat with the broken swords they once wielded. There we go. There we go. Now I can start opening these gates. Yeah! I tried getting a Broken Sword game to work, but that was on the Nintendo DS a long time ago, so it didn't work out.
Yeah, I played the first two, I think, ages ago. Did enjoy them. Yeah, I'm the Aussie, and yeah, I'm in Melbourne.
There we go. Darkness. Beware the flashes. And happily, I now have the Dark Reaver, so now I can open gates and things. I have... Oh, by the way, because you used the C word there, I had to approve it. But since you're saying it in the context of the word itself, I'm going to... It is being allowed.
Yeah, it does get used quite a bit.
Yeah, we were just talking about the what if Bluey was Australian video.
Bluey's a cartoon about some Aussie dogs. It's like a family show.
Yeah. It's actually very good for teaching, does a very good job of teaching, like, good behavior and stuff.
I'm back.
Hey, Kit. I need to find another... light disc. You okay, Kit?
Yep. I'm just still kind of tired. I'm definitely feeling better than the last few days though, but I'm still a little tapped out.
That's fair.
Yeah, at least you're improving.
Yeah. I have ordered Okay, well it was nice to meet you. Thanks for coming to the stream. You're welcome to you're always
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah,
really, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah, you take care of yourself. You do it. You take care of yourself, alright?
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Hope you join us again sometime.
I have ordered a rice bowl and some veggie momos.
Ooh, nice.
And definitely good luck with that interview, for sure. You know, it's kind of ironic. I've talked to a lot of people looking for work, and a lot of people are really nervous about the interview in particular. And but my first coding job I actually got almost entirely because of my interview. So like, I actually kind of look forward to that part.
Nice.
EB.
Now I'm trying to remember where. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to put this in the center thingy majiggy.
Well, that ain't compile.
Still trying to remember where I'm supposed to put this thing.
Hat. So it made me think of that macaw that thinks everything's a hat. I've ever shown you that?
Yeah, I believe you have.
That's one of my favorite. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but like he'll take like the reason that reminded me is because the little in one of the videos he has a little toy like that looks like kind of like a cogwheel and he puts it on his head. Anything's a hat if you try hard enough.
Yeah, just like how everything's a bucket. From the Stanley Parable.
Dear God. There's more. No.
You have to accept the fact that everything is a bucket.
Yes, the spiral's the HP bar. It's cool.
Yeah, bottom left is the element glyph. It's darkness at the moment. So it's like a little eclipse.
Fudge. I don't think I'm supposed to have this. I don't think I'm supposed to have this yet. I don't have the means to input it to put it where it needs to go.
So what happens if you just like set it down somewhere? Will it always stay there, or can you go back for it in its original spot?
I want to drop it, but I think the only way
if
for
you
me...
shift the spectral, it'll get dropped.
If I shift the spectral, it'll probably just warp back to where where it originally was.
I see.
And then I'll also lose the Dark Reaver, so I want to...
Right.
Oh, when you go to spectral, it loses the element?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize.
So I'd have to find the thing for it again. All the things are open, but I would need to,
You ever get a song stuck in your head you haven't heard in a long time?
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere? I've got, Somebody Told Me from The Killers bouncing around my noodle.
Really?
You ever hear that one?
It might have been a while since I heard it, so...
'Cause heaven ain't close in a place like this. Anything goes, but don't blink, you might miss. 'Cause heaven ain't close in a place like this. Bring it back down tonight. Never thought I'd let a rumor ruin my moonlight. Well, somebody told me you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend that I had in February of last year. It's not confidential.
yeah, I
I've
remember.
got potential.
I remember now. Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't make any sense. It's just really catchy.
Yeah, there's a Matchbox 20 song that... I remember a radio DJ... I remember a radio show where someone was reviewing a Matchbox 20 song. And it said, like, oh, this song is really good. It's a shame I don't understand anything about it.
There's a lot of songs like that where it's like, yeah, I don't know what that's about, but I'm vibing.
Yeah, the
You know what's
chorus
always-
always reminded me of Boys and Girls by Blur.
Oh, you know, I can hear it.
Yeah. What sucks is that I have to reobtain the Dark Reaver, I believe.
Just get a cheat code for the Soul Raver where it like blinks rainbow colors and rapidly shifts through elements.
Soul Raver. Yes. That'd be great.
And time it's up, it just going. Oop, I will be right back. Phone's ringing again. I am very popular today.
Yeah, I have to shove the star thing in there, but I have to find a way to get to it because I can't jump. Or I can't do long jumps with a star in my hand. Because I have to open this gate first in order to get that. Well, I didn't know if it was a situation where if I enter into the spectral realm, I could just open a door. But nope.
Honestly, that's the third person in my friend group who's knows I'm moving in a month and wants to know if I want help moving stuff. The nerve of some people, really. Doubting my magical mind teleporting powers.
Do you...
No, that is nice of them. That is nice of them. I hate moving.
Do you...
Well, not that anyone likes moving. That's like, you know.
Rough.
Yeah.
Rough on the body, rough on the pocketbook. I know that feeling. I had to sell off my dot hack collection in order to make enough money to enter the apartment.
Yeah, the thing I'm having to do with this new place is they need first and last month's rent, and then a $500 security deposit that they refund if everything's in good condition when I stop renting from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll have to leave my dynamite collection here.
Oh dear. Where? Yeah, I would have to I think I might have to either reobtain the... I'd have to reobtain the, Darkness Reaver. I just need to remember...
You guys heard Zootopia 2 is going to be coming up? They've like been releasing some
Oh yeah.
images and stuff. I'm so nervous. Please don't screw it up, Disney. Please.
Bitch. Wish you all the best of luck with that. Yeah.
Oh, and apparently there's going to be a live-action Lilo and Stitch as well.
No.
The Stitch model does look cute, but the live-action remakes I'm exhausted with, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I do admit, the 3D Stitch model is cute.
Can they just, like, not?
The problem is Disney has basically said in like shareholder meetings that they're not going to be doing as many risky creative projects and they're just going to be leaning into a lot of existing IP, which everyone's kind of exhausted with.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't mind their use of existing IP, but they could do a lot more than just turn them all into live action. Because
yeah, I wish they would do what they did in the 90s, like where they had like the Aladdin movie and they're like, hey, let's make a TV series that's Aladdin. It'll be kind of like the movies, but batshit insane.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
And
Friggin-
the Hercules one was pretty good as well.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't know why they can't do that sort of thing.
Yeah, freaking do the freaking bring back the Aladdin TV series and have it involve more dragons, please.
And more Mirage episodes.
They need to bring back freaking. They need to bring back freaking. What's his name from that show? He was great. The
Xerxes?
no, trying to remember.
Oh, not Xerxes. Xerxes was his eel. What was the sorcerer's name?
Yeah, I know, right? Him, freaking.
Yeah, who had like the skeleton hand, the gauntlet.
Yes, him.
Damn it, what's his name? That's gonna bother me.
I know, right?
Shoot, what is his name? I'm not gonna look it up. I'm going to remember this, damn it.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
That's gonna drive me nuts. The sorcerer from the Aladdin cartoon who had like the gauntlet and he had an eel familiar named Xerxes. And he was awesome. They had some great villains in that show. Oh yeah, Aladdin had a great cartoon.
Yeah. Instead of Robin Williams, Genie was Dan Castellaneta, Homer's voice, and one of the recurring joke villains was King of Thieves kind of guy played by Jason Alexander.
Abismal,
yes.
Abismal the thief. He was hilarious. They had like some Greek like steampunk engineer named Mechanicles. Yeah, it was a fun show.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Mirage, Dan? Mirage was a memorable villain. I'll give you a picture in voice text.
There we go. With that gate is open, which means
There you go, Dan.
Which means I can finally get
Oh,
the freaking
Termlane, you're way ahead of me.
diamond things.
Mirage was fun. Mirage, isn't there an episode where Mirage turns Jasmine into a snake? Like they're like full on
That
full on
I
Naga
vaguely
TF.
remember. Yeah.
Oh. You remember
Yeah, a
the
lot of the cartoons from back then had stuff like that, Hypno or TF kind of things slipped in.
Hey,
Hello.
Dan.
Dan, it's a Dan.
You want to know who my favorite, what my favorite thing from those shows was?
What's that?
Aphrodite, 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 the goddess of love.
So how is Dana?
Excuse me a second, Dan. You're sounding really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Let me see if.
It's always like this.
Yay,
Yep,
you're
there
back.
we go. That's a bit
There you
better.
go. Yeah.
Ah! Anyway,
Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna shoot some eyeballs.
do that.
To be fair, if I don't, it zaps me to death.
Oh, it's like that Mario level.
It's like that,
shit.
it's like that. Oh, like that?
Like that.
Yeah.
I didn't grab it quick enough.
I always thought, in the Zelda games, those, made me think of those, where are those guys? The, like the eyeballs that shoot lasers at you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I hate
the
those
turret
guys.
things.
Yeah. Those things were like bomb, those things were like made for bomb shoes. I always use bomb shoes on them when I had them.
I just threw a bomb at them, or in case of later games, shoot them with arrows.
But bomb shoes aren't very practical. I just adore them so much that I tried to find as many use cases as
Yeah.
possible.
Freaking Beamoses.
Beamos, that's the name. Need more bomb shoes in more Zelda games. You know what they should do is like an upgrade where you get a homing bomb shoe.
Yeah, be careful. You're gonna end up with a monkey's paw scenario where it's like, I want more bomb shoes, and it's more of those creepy bomb shoes from freaking Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask not be the most terrifying entry in the franchise. Challenge level impossible.
I have to go back, get the freaking Dark Reaver again. I keep ending up here. That's not where I'm supposed to go. This one. Oh, this isn't
So-
it either.
I want to try the new Zelda game, the one with where you actually play as Zelda.
Oh, Echoes
Yeah,
of
that one
Wisdom.
looks cute.
It looks way cute, and I loved Link's Awakening in that style. Well, as much as anyone can love Link's Awakening, there's a certain degree of pain in that experience, regardless. But
Oof. Wow,
Nope.
great. Thanks, Mom. I'll be right back.
see it in. Sorry.
Hey, Dan.
But like, apparently, Zelda can summon Octoroks, so I've seen like there's a video where someone's like, "No, I didn't just spend 3 hours summoning Octoroks to shoot at each other."
No, I did not summon Octoroks just to eat them. I mean, to have Link eat them. I'm so hungry, I can eat an Octorok.
I think that the memes gave that more life than it ever had on its own.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I think more people have probably sought it out in the wake of the memes than they would have otherwise.
Yep, probably the only
Like-
way. It's the only way to safely notice that meme. Because otherwise you would just be suffering through freaking those games.
I will say of all of them, of all of them that are maligned, the one I actually found not the worst was Hotel Mario. It's not good, but is not the same level of trash.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it's one of the biggest oofs in gaming history that Nintendo went with them after Sony had basically built the PlayStation and had it more or less ready to go to Nintendo's needs.
Yeah.
And yet they somehow they decided on the CDI. And they are shooting all the stuff at you.
I'm in the wrong position.
I'm curious if in the remaster they're going to tighten any of the controls or add new mechanics, or if it's mostly going to be visual.
They're gonna, if I recall correctly, I think the thing they might do is have Soul Reaver 1 controls be Soul Reaver 2 controls.
Okay, so it's
Yeah,
kind of
and
streamlined.
they're also looking at re-adding some cut content.
Oh, cool. Because yeah, I know the first game had to go through a ton of edits.
Yeah, there were a few in 2 as well. It's not going to be like a full-blown Night Dive remaster situation, but they have been talking with some of the original team to try and get some concept stuff put back in.
That's cool. I love that sort of thing. Apparently that's what Silent Hill 2 Remake did as well.
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2 Remake was originally... Oh, hey, Brave.
Hi.
Brave, yay! Stop flipping.
Silent Hill 2 Remake was originally... They were going to make it more of a shot-for-shot remake, but it was actually the original team when consulted that was urging Bloober Team to shake it up a little.
Brave, hi.
What the dog doing?
Just got home. Sleepy.
Me too. But at least it's a good sleepy for you, yes?
I guess so.
Because you did good things today?
Yeah. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I really don't.
Do you have work on Monday?
I do.
Oh.
We should wait. You have work on
Tuesday.
You have work on Veterans Day?
Yeah.
Dang. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Brave. Guess what?
What?
I'm about to create a lightsaber.
Nice. I don't think it's a holiday I even get holiday pay for either. So, fuck that shit.
Oof.
Yeah, that's messed up.
You should be paid time and a half for working.
Yeah, it's a
holidays.
It's a federal holiday. It's a federal.
I don't even know. Thought I only got it for, like, some of them, but not all of them. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Praise the sun.
And the divine thunkening was thus upon us.
Okay, time to open these goddamn Metabots blue.
Yay! Opening new stuff is always fun. I always like unboxing. It's always a joy.
Vibrator in my hand.
There's a reason unboxing videos are as popular as they are. Just saying. We humans get real big dopamine rushes from that shit.
Oh yeah. Whoa!
Boktai, the sun is in your hand.
I plunged the Reaver into the forge and imbued the blade
Yes,
with
he
the
has become
elemental
RX
power
now.
of light. Thus armed, I now had the means to re-enter the stronghold and finally use Mobius's time-streaming device to accomplish my own ends.
Yellow lightsabers, based color. That's the best color lightsaber.
Yeah, that's a
Ever
fun
since
one.
Knights of the Old Republic, I've been.
Yeah. And then the silver one in 2.
Yeah, silver was pretty cool. But I may have stolen Bastila's double yellow one like the second I could when I was playing it.
Oh, hey Brave, I have to be very careful because if I use the Soul Reaver too much, it'll become over-aroused.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that your sword is turned on, but not too far gone. You know, you gotta keep your sword hard, but not spent.
You have to edge it.
Yes, that's how you get the sharpest sword, after all.
Oh my god.
Ooh, I like the beam attack on that one. Cool look.
Yeah, these are about the packaging quality I would expect from a typical Blu-ray.
Is that a
nice presentation-wise?
That's
How's
good.
the actual footage look? I don't know.
Langlo dropped a quote from Blue Sky that I love, which says, "I believe if you draw it well enough, you can convert many fans into liking the weirdest shit you're into."
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah.
I've seen artists that's good enough where someone responds, where someone responded in the comments, "I'm straight, but damn."
I see that all the fucking time in comment sections.
Or the classic, "I'm not a furry, but whew."
Yep. Yep. That one's a classic.
Yep, the forge for the Light Reaver is now sealed. I now need to get into this. I now need to swim back into the stronghold.
So do you have to physically go back to the forges if you lose the element, or is there like a short?
No, there are basins that are in the areas that you're in that activate when you open the forges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like little pots.
Gotcha.
That you just wave the Reaver over. You'll probably see some when we get to the next area. But they make sure to have whatever you need near any puzzles.
That makes sense. That's kind of them.
So right now, I'm looking at these and I'm like, so these were released by the same company that put out that's been putting out the Digimon Blu-rays that have been coming out lately. You know how pretty those are and how like wonderfully put together they are. These are not as nicely put together.
Oh dear.
Like they're still fine, they're still good, but they're not like absolutely fantastic like the Digimon Blu-rays are. These are just kind of good enough. Which I guess is fine.
Hey, Davis, don't worry, but I got some bad news. These are shit.
It's not bad. I mean, it's fine. Just kind of. I don't know. You ever have something where it's like, yeah, this is perfectly good, but it's not like so good that you're like very excited.
Yeah, where it's like, yeah, it's decent, but like you've seen people go the extra mile, and it just
I've seen the same company go the extra mile with so many things, and I'm not this is like they did the bare minimum.
Bare minimum. That's what it says on my resume.
No.
Bear spelled B-A-R-E.
These are still more than some other companies do, but man.
Yes, bear in this case is spelled B-A-R-E.
Yeah. Exactly.
That is one thing I'm gonna miss if That is one thing I'm gonna miss if I switch to working at an office again. I'll have to wear pants.
damn. Pants suck.
I think the best code is written without pants. I think there's there's gotta be a science paper to that effect somewhere.
Best coding is done wearing only coding socks.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you something really funny. My mom last Christmas had overheard that I had wanted programmer socks, but she kind of misunderstood, so she got me socks that had like little computer code written on them and like little space invaders, and I'm like, well, you know, it's the thought that counts.
Hilarious.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I do need some of the big long programmer sock.
Yes, yes you do.
Did you know Linus Torvalds, the guy who made Linux, has taken pictures of him in femboy coding socks?
Oh my god.
Like Linux beating the not exactly beating the OS for queer folks allegations. Oh god, so Ren and I were doing this. We were doing a dumb pun war again the other day where we were making like computer, like pickup line jokes, and it was the dorkiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my god.
I was, but at one point, he said, you know, I think I figured out why these computer puns are so funny to me. I wasn't allowed on a computer until I was like 15, so my psychosexual computer development never happened. So now I have an Oedipus OS complex.
Oh god.
I about died. I'm like, that's got to be a Linux distro now.
Oh jeez. I call this one the floppy disk drive.
I still have one of those.
Floppy boosy.
I still have a floppy disk.
Hi, babe.
And said hello.
Then said hello to the brave.
Hi, brave.
Hi.
Hiccups. Got all the hiccups. So, I'm going to be. I was hoping to do some stream stuff tomorrow with people, but I do have a walk around with the property I'm going to because I need to do some measurements for like furniture and stuff.
Yeah, hopefully it all goes well.
Thanks.
The Blu-rays, their spines don't perfectly line up.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That is annoying. Yeah, that drives me nuts too.
Yeah.
I'm not even a collector, and that drives me nuts.
Yeah. Oh, please don't tell me they do that other thing too, where they stack the discs. That's a terrible pet peeve of mine.
Well, look at the pictures of the interior of the cases.
Uh-huh. How many discs per set? Is it just the one?
One disc per each.
Okay.
Because these are so these are not in HD, but they are on a Blu-ray disc.
Oh, so they can
just
package
okay.
Standard definition video. You put a standard definition video on a Blu-ray disc. You can literally just put the whole show on one disc.
Well, I guess that's a plus in terms of like storage, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but
what I think.
Discotheque Media is like literally the only company that does this, and entirely for the sole reason that it saves on manufacturing cost.
Yeah, you would think that all of them would. You'd think that everyone would do that at some point, even if it is even if they can't get it to HD quality.
Yeah, because I mean, one, it's for convenience. Two, it's for saving money on manufacturing. Because it's like they weren't allowed to remaster the show. They were only allowed to just plop the the standard definition DVD copies that already existed, DVD masters that already existed onto a disc. They just did that because for some reason the company that owns this anime is pretty strict about what they couldn't do.
Yeah.
Oh no, Rick posted some stuff.
Where
Rick's been posting some archive stuff on Blue Sky that is oh, I don't remember some of this. Holy moly.
yeah, there's some good shit. There is some good shit.
Time to head back into the stronghold. Let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do with only 20 minutes left. Or how are you feeling about me continuing? But because I know that we want to. I don't know.
Well, I do need to break for dinner, and even though I'm feeling a lot better, I am extremely sleepy.
Could maybe stick around for another hour, but I'm getting pretty sleepy too.
Actually, I just realized I think the better option would probably be to well, to take the opportunity to eat dinner real quick, and then we could probably just watch stuff because we need to catch up on that. If you all want to join me in watching Boom Boom during Gov, since you say you only have about an hour.
Yeah, that's fine. I admit I've like ground to a halt on the stuff I was doing coding wise. I find I just threw in the towel because I'm like, no, I'm too tired. I think we're calling that for now.
Yeah, I'm
gonna bail out. I'm gonna bail out here too. Y'all have a nice day and good night.
Bye, Dan.
Yeah, see ya.
Okay,
Guess-
there
guess
is
we'll
a.
sleep,
I'm
my
gonna see if I
dude.
can try and make it to the. See if I can try and make it to a particular cutscene because it's very important.
Okay.
While I still have 20 minutes left.
Always love those exits.
Yeah, me too.
These are not the only things I have from this company that are just standard definition footage on a single Blu-ray disc. The Guy King Blu-ray I have is also like this. Same for Just Beyond and Message from Space are also like that too.
I did find a website that has like, I think it is just like it's a thing that does the standard definition stuff on a Blu-ray for a lot of stuff. The question is, I don't know whether or not it's legal.
There are a lot of bootleggers that do it. But Discotech is the only company that's actually legal that I know does it. And other companies have been asked about it too, and they're like, "Why would we do that? It doesn't make sense." When it makes perfect sense, actually.
Because it's here we go.
Like, the biggest reason against it that most companies bring up is like it would cause too much market confusion.
Okay. I want to check to see if everyone's ready because it's time for a very important cutscene.
I am ready.
Yeah.
I just want to say though, because a lot of companies are afraid that doing what Discotech typically does with standard definition stuff would be too confusing. Because most consumers think, oh, DVD means standard definition and Blu-ray is HD. But what if you put things that are not HD on Blu-ray? That'll just confuse people.
Oh.
I see.
Yeah. Yep.
Discotech don't care though; they just do it. You know, they have it like clearly marked on the front of the packaging for all of them.
Yeah. You all ready for this?
Yeah.
Show yourself, Kain. Here, Raziel. Everything is decided here. You cannot comprehend the magnitude, the rapture and the tragedy of this moment. And yet you must, if Nosgoth is to be dragged from the wreckage of its damnation.
I understand only this, Kain. That you and Mobius have impelled me to this moment simply means I can trust neither of you. I don't know who's pulling the strings, but it no longer matters, because I'm cutting them. I set my own course from here.
If it were only that simple.
Your fatalism is tiresome, Kain.
And profoundly ingrained, Raziel. You must understand, our presence here doesn't alter history. You and I meet here because we are compelled to. We have always met here. History is irredeemable. Drop a stone into a rushing river. The current simply courses around it and flows on as if the obstruction were never there. You and I are pebbles, Raziel, and have even less hope of disrupting the time stream. The continuum of history is simply too strong, too resilient. Except, then how do we explain William here? The beloved boy king turned tyrant. In my youth, I witnessed William's rise to power and his transformation into the nemesis who laid waste to Nosgoth.
Keep your distance, Kain.
Years later, I stumble upon a chance to journey back in history, unaware that the entire affair has been carefully orchestrated by Mobius. In my wisdom, I seize this opportunity to murder the young king before he can ravage Nosgoth, and thereby provide the catalyst Mobius needs to ignite a genocidal war against our race.
I warn you, no.
Yeah, that went real well.
This one reckless act unravels the skein of history. The nemesis never becomes the nemesis. William dies a martyred saint. I, the vampire assassin, become the author of my own species' extinction, and Mobius profits from it all. I destroyed a tyrant only to create one far worse. But how can it be so? How, if history is immutable? The answer is here in this room, Raziel. Mobius propelled William and me together, but ensured first that we were both armed with the Soul Reaver. The Reaver is the key. Two incarnations of the blade meet in time and space. A paradox is created, a temporal distortion powerful enough to derail history.
Is this your sorcery?
Not mine, Raziel. Yours. You have nothing to fear from me, Raziel. You hold all of the cards.
Controller vibrated right there.
Then perhaps I should test your sincerity. If what you say is true, you should be terrified. I could kill you here and now.
And so you do.
More games
Raziel.
should have the controller vibrate during things in cutscenes.
What's
Definitely make things. Definitely make the gravitas stick.
What you feel is
Yeah.
the pull of history rushing to meet us. This is where history and destiny collide.
Oh dang!
If you truly believe in free will, Raziel, now is the time to prove it. Kill me now, and we both become pawns of history, dragged down the path of an artificial destiny. I was ordained to assume the role of Balance Guardian in Nosgoth, while you were destined to be its savior. But the map of my fate was redrawn by Mobius, and so in turn was yours.
This is madness!
Fight it, Raziel. This moment does not have to be an ending. It can become a prelude.
I can't.
You can, Raziel. Look inside and see that it is so. You have the power to reshape our inevitable futures.
Hmm.
Poor William. What is this? History. A pause, a paradox, Raziel. Even now, the time stream strains to divert itself, finding its old course blocked by your refusal to destroy me. The future is reshuffling itself to accommodate your monumental decision. This is where we restore ourselves, Raziel, and reclaim our intended destinies. It may yet be possible for me to assume my role as Balance Guardian and return the pillars to their rightful inheritors. To the vampires. And this is the destiny you have urged me to discover. I don't know what game you and Mobius are playing, Kain, but I refuse to be your pawn. Unlike you, I still revere whatever shred of humanity I've managed to preserve. You will not use me as the instrument of your messianic delusions. Very well, Raziel. I'll not ask you to trust me. Your truths are for you to discover alone. Humble words for one who presumes to teach me a lesson at every turn. Then continue your journey and learn your own lessons, Raziel. Remember, Mobius led you here, but you walk away unfettered. A champion of free will and conqueror of false histories. There is much more for you to unearth, if you have the heart for the truth and the will to see it.
Dang. So the Soul Reaver is kind of what is the sort of thing that's sticking the wheel, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, partly the Soul Reaver itself, but also the fact that with the time travel, there's basically two copies of it existing in the same place at the same time, and realities straining around the paradox.
Yeah, because that clash I remember that clash being really momentous. When the blades broke. So it makes sense that that's what the distortion centered around.
Yeah.
I like the description of that as pebble in a stream.
Yeah.
Very evocative.
Don't care. Don't care.
Fun fact, Discotek's Digimon release was originally going to be a standard definition on Blu-ray thing before they got permission to do an upscale, so they upscaled it.
Oh, nice.
Made it properly, made it HD.
I do think that is probably one of the best ethical uses of AI is upscaling.
I agree.
Because I think that can be it can be a good. I think it can be like a genuinely good asset for like media preservation.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, a lot of stuff is lost media when it's just not digitized or moved to a format that's sustainable.
Yeah.
And it can degrade if it's not.
Yeah.
No, I definitely think that's one of the better ones.
Yeah, some of that cleaning up and upscaling is good, but I hate it when people do those 60k interpolated things for anime that was done in 24 frames. Because like if it's a basic scene, it can be fine, but during action, especially for animation that stretches off model as part of the style, the AI just struggles to keep up with it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like the added frames, the just don't fit and it all twists in weird ways.
I mean, thankfully, Discotech Media is a company that understands that shit, and having watched other Digimon remasters they've done so far, I think they look fucking amazing. The CGI sequences kind of look a little weird, but everything else looks perfectly fine. I think it's mainly the parts of it that suffered a little bit. They didn't quite get that going right, but they did the best they could, I suppose. I mean, like, at the very least, they actually know what they're doing. they know not to do shit like what Funimation has done to Dragon Ball.
I've heard tale of how bad that's gone.
So bad. They know not. Well, at least Discotech knows not to digital noise reduction the shit out of stuff.
My dinner's here, so
Okay.
I think I need to bail.
Okay.
Nice having you.
Yeah, thanks.
To be honest,
you already.
I'm trying to remember if I can find a save point. Because
Yeah.
there is a cutscene after that.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I gotta go. See ya.
See ya.
Here. Okay. I do have to defeat everyone in order for that door to open. That's my blade, vampire. But you have a blunderbuss. I'm like, I'll still make you taste my blade, vampire.
You know, I could totally, at some point, I don't know when, stream a game, because I downloaded a ROM for a Japanese exclusive Game Boy game, and got an English fan translation patch applied to it, so that could be a fun thing to do.
Nice.
So it's an RPG, so we could all do voices and shit for it. It'd be really fun.
Nice.
The English translation patch even does some ROM hacking to add a few of the enhancements from the game's Wonder Swan port. So that's fun.
Nice. But yeah, here we are. Cutscene time.
Ah, yes. I like that look on your face, Mobius.
Wow, I am
You really don't know what to do now, do you, old
really
man?
starting to.
Here you are, caught without your
Rash.
damn staff. And I suspect things aren't progressing quite as you'd hoped. You're not used to the fly turning to confront you in your web, are you?
Kain's devious influence has poisoned your mind, Razio. Now you see betrayal everywhere, even in your closest allies.
We were never allies, Mobius. Conspirators, perhaps. Briefly.
Why did you not kill Kain when you had the chance? He was at your mercy.
Precisely. I had a choice, and I chose mercy. And now I know your sordid little secret. The significance of that displacement I felt when the two Reavers came together.
Strangely enough, I was enlightened by the devious Kain, not by you. In fact, I've learned much more than you counted on. I understand now how you've tried to manipulate all of history for your own personal gain. But now all your little schemes are whirling in ruin around you, aren't they? All because I chose to exert my will for once, rather than obey the demands of sorcerers and spirits and demons, all singing the same tiresome refrain, "Kill Kain." I'm setting my own path from here, Mobius. I intend to discover the truth behind all of this.
But you condemn us all with this impetuous act.
Hardly impetuous. It took all the will I could muster. Has my refusal to kill Kain reshuffled your carefully stacked deck of cards?
You really think that you're exercising your free will, Raziel? You're simply Kain's servant.
I do not serve Kain. I merely did not kill him.
Raziel, do not forget your purpose here. You are destined to be the savior of Nosgoth.
Oh, I'm sick of hearing that particular phrase. As for saving Nosgoth, so far I see precious little reason to bother. And I'll choose my own purpose from here on out, Time Streamer. Right now, I choose to manipulate you for a change. Go. In there.
What are you doing?
Come on, Mobius. You're a cunning serpent. You'll piece it together, I imagine. This era is of no further use to me. You will operate this device to provide me passage. I want to see the world in a simpler time, before the Sarafan began their crusade.
And what about Kain? You're leaving your core behind.
You kill him if it's so damned important.
You need only touch the two poles of the switch, and the device will transport you. But I urge you to reconsider.
You've lost your powers of persuasion, old man. Rot here and forget me.
Oh dear. You know for a fact that he knows the camera is there because of that evil smile on his fucking face.
Yeah.
That actually sounds really nice. I never heard the sound effect of him walking on the glass before.
Even as I emerged from that infernal time-streaming chamber, I suspected treachery. The stronghold was vacant, derelict, abandoned.
Hey, guess what, guys? It's time to fight some demons.
Yeah, it saved at the checkpoint in the cutscene just then.
Oh, it's saved?
I think. When you get to like the new little checkpoints, it saves, doesn't it?
No,
or is that
it
only at the little.
That's just a checkpoint. It doesn't automatically save.
Ah, okay.
If I'm to be completely honest, I have to use the bathroom really badly, so I am gonna have to end the stream here. And since I saved before entering the stronghold, I don't mind doing that again to show off those cutscenes.
Okay.
Because those cutscenes are awesome.
Yeah.
So, to everyone who's watching, thank you all for joining us for this stream. And we also got a little bit of a preview for next time. Thank you all for joining us. Well, I'll probably start playing I'll only have 1 day to stream next week, so I will probably stream more Soul Reaver next week. Next Sunday. Would you both happen to be available then next Sunday?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. We can figure that out we can figure that out in between now and then. So tomorrow I will be playing we'll be doing some multiplayer mayhem, and I'll go ahead and set up a raid, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Goodbye.